All right, let's talk about Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals, who have had a couple of disappointing games now. I mean, this was a game that at a point it looked like they were for sure going to win. Ultimately, the Vikings pull off the double-digit comeback. I already made a video on what the Vikings were able to do, kind of the adjustments they made to win the game. But now I want to go to the other side. What happened with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals? Was this a game where the offense blew it, or did the offense play all right? They definitely made a couple mistakes at the end, but who's to blame here, I guess, or how much is the offense to blame is maybe the question to ask. Let's get into it. First, we got to talk about what went well, right? They did get up relatively big in this game. Big part of it is Trey McBride, who's just so good. I mean, I made my top 100 NFL players video last year, or series of videos last year. I put Trey McBride pretty high on that list, which I felt like was a bit of a hot take at the time. I don't think it's considered a hot take now. Watch what he's going to do on this play. So he's going to start off blocking. It's a play action. And for Arizona, you see that when he gets out and runs his route now, just no Vikings player picks him up. There is a player kind of further down the field who's just reading this, but I mean, it's too far away. Kyler Murray is going to hit Trey McBride. They're able to pick up nothing crazy, but on a first down and one, they're able to pick up a first down and then some. It went for a little bit more than that. So okay, again, you could sit here and say this isn't the most, dominant play or anything, but that's a lot of what they were doing, was just these kind of solid, simple plays, moving the ball down the field. That's part of how Trey McBride, who was their leading receiver in this game, was able to, help them out. Heading over here, we definitely saw some Kyler Murray rushing, which we usually see in a football game that he's playing. It's a second down and 14. You see Kyler is going to take the snap, and despite a 5-man rush, there's a window right here for Kyler to step up, and you just can't let this happen rushing the passer. I know it's frustrating if you're a pass rusher, but you have to remember that the goal isn't just to try and get a sack. You have to make sure you keep him in the pocket. The Vikings fail to do so despite having 5 guys on him. And then look at him go in open space. I mean, he's so good at knowing where to run and how well he can, how many yards he can get, all of that good stuff. So good job there by Kyler Murray. I thought this play was a really good one. It's a one-on-one matchup where you have, this is actually Michael Wilson running this route, who's been a nice player for them. He has been able to, make some plays, I think, this season. One-on-one matchup here. Watch as Kyler Murray takes the snap. He is going to look down the field, has a clean pocket, fires right here. It's not a big window. It just isn't. This is good coverage, and that's something we're going to see throughout this video, is the Vikings cover well. They just do. They have a lot of players who are good defensively. But as you see, good throw and good catch can beat good coverage. That's what happened there. So, very good stuff. And this wasn't the only example of something like this working. There was also this play, which is a huge play in the game. I mean, it's, if you can score a touchdown here, get up big, you're already up 6 points. You have Marvin Harrison Jr. in a one-on-one matchup. Kyler Murray is going to take the snap. He looks in Marvin Harrison Jr.'s direction, moves outside the pocket just to give himself a little bit of a better angle. Right here, there's a window. Kyler puts this right on the money. Really nice catch. So able to go up 2 scores. So that's what went right here, right? Was being able to make that stuff work. Of course, their offense kind of faltered a little bit. It wasn't able to continuously do this. What went wrong? Well, first, let's actually rewind a little bit. Talk about some plays that kind of forced them to not be able to go up bigger, right? Because you could have scored more earlier, and then you would have been up more than just the points that you were up. And this is a very similar play to the last one. It's a Marvin Harrison Jr. one-on-one matchup. The reality is, while they hit on some, and I showed the ones they hit on, they weren't hitting on these anywhere consistently enough. Watch. Kyler Murray takes a snap. He looks in Marvin Harrison Jr.'s direction, fires this one, and they just can't quite make that play. It would have been a tough play, but it's Minnesota. You got to make tough plays against them. Cardinals just weren't able to make some of these consistently enough. There's also some weirdness going on. Over here, I didn't understand this at all. So it's a 3rd down and 6 for Arizona. It's the play right after that Marvin Harrison Jr. play, and I don't get this play call at all. So you're up 3 points. As you see, they elect to run it, and it's one of those things where okay, you had the blockers in front to win it, but all that has to happen for Minnesota is one player make a nice play, the linebacker makes a nice play, and now that play is over. That's why teams don't run it on 3rd down and 6, because it's hard to get 6 yards on a rushing play, even if you have the right amount of blockers. Now, part of me wonders if the thought was, hey, let's run this play. Hopefully we can get the first down. If not, maybe it'll be a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, and then we can go for it. But I think teams kind of overthink this stuff sometimes. Sometimes just run a play that's designed to get you to first down. I'd almost rather have 2 passing plays on a 3rd and 6 and then a 4th and 6 than I would a rushing play and then a 4th down and 2. Of course, it's easy to say it when this play doesn't work out, but it is still a play that didn't work out. So not ideal there. They had to settle for a 6-point lead instead of potentially extending it. And now let's go back to now to 4th quarter. So, as we know, hey, it all worked out kind of because, it was a 6-point lead. They got a stop, scored another touchdown, made it a 19-6 game, and then Minnesota scores a touchdown. So right here, it's 19-13. But hey, no worries. Let's just keep scoring. Everything will be fine, right? 3rd down and 7, though. Got to convert here. Kyler Murray is going to take the snap. He, looks, it's a weird play where there's pressure. He kind of, is moving around, doing that classic Kyler Murray stuff. I wanted to pause it right here because you see, he isn't looking down the field at all. He isn't. Watch him then just really blindly throw one up and it gets intercepted. I mean, in terms of interceptions, it's not the worst interception in the world. Okay, it hurt you about 20 yards of field position. That's not ideal. You assume a punt would have gone for about 40 yards, which would have pushed it about 20 yards further deep. Okay, you would have liked to have it get pushed that much further deep, right? However, it's an arm punt. It's worth the risk of if you can convert it. But again, he did just blindly throw one up and hope it worked out. That's probably not what you should be doing there. I understand you want to convert, but you can trust the defense as well. The defense has played well up until this point. Of course, defense did not ultimately get the job done. They give up a touchdown. Now they're all of a sudden the Cardinals are trailing. And that brings us to here, which is kind of the play of the game. I mean, it's a 4th down and 10. If you can convert right here, you can get in field goal range with 40 seconds left, kick the game-winning field goal. Hey, no worries. The Vikings made a push, but you were able to hold on and win. It's man coverage, and this is kind of the issue. They need someone to win in this situation. Kyler Murray takes the snap. He's going to look down the field. He's going to fire this one down the field, and again, kind of has to take a chance, right? If he likes a matchup, go for it. And, this is Marvin Harrison Jr., which, we've seen Kyler in previous games kind of throw one up to Marvin Harrison Jr. and have it work out. I don't really disagree with the strategy, to be honest. I think it's a fine strategy to say, hey, he's my best player. Let's put it in his direction. But as you see here, Shaquille Griffin is the guy who no getting around it. He wins the matchup. He gets the interception. Okay, it sucks for Kyler that an extra interception gets added to the box score. But at the end of the day, it's a fine play, fine decision. But the Cardinals needed to win on this. Usually in the games that they're winning in these situations. Minnesota covers well. The Cardinals were able to get something. They were able to win sometimes, but not consistently enough and not in the big moments. And that's ultimately why they lost. So if you're an Arizona fan, it's okay. You have to win next week against Seattle. That's such a big game. If they can do that, they're fine. If they don't, though, they're in trouble. So, yeah, that's what I think about all this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.